Hey y'all, and welcome back to my kitchen. So in today's video I have kind of a random little video. As most of you may know, we got some snow down here in the south, and when that happens, at least around here, we all want to just sit around and cook something good and enjoy the snow. So that's what I did, and I thought I'd just bring you guys along and kind of show you what all we cooked while we were snowed in. So I hope you guys enjoy. So we're going to start with Saturday night, and on this night we decided we wanted to grill some steaks on our pellet smoker. The snow was forecasted to arrive overnight, so we figured we would do a little steak and salad before it got here. So I was just showing y'all how I make my homemade ranch, homemade in quotation marks. I do use the Hidden Valley ranch mix, and then I love the Blue Plate mayonnaise. If you're a fan of Duke's, and most people around here are, try the Blue Plate. It is so good. And then I add just a couple drops of Worcestershire sauce in there, and I think it just makes it. I use regular milk. You can use buttermilk. But anyway, I was just making our salads, putting a few cucumbers in there. And then for our steaks, I just like to drizzle with a little bit of olive oil. And these were just 2 ribeyes that I found at the store. I'm using this McCormick garlic, onion, black pepper, and sea salt seasoning. And then we love the Kinder's Buttery Steakhouse seasoning as well. So I just added all of that on both sides of the steaks.
Put a pat of butter underneath, let it melt, put one on top, let it sit there for about 4 or 5 minutes, and then we'll slice them up.
We all like our steaks to be about medium, so we just sliced those up. We had some of that, and then of course salads with whatever toppings, and this was a delicious meal. So while Darren was outside grilling up our steaks, I thought I'd make us something just to kind of snack on. The girls had picked up some Muddy Buddies on our last grocery trip, and I told them next time I would make them. It is far cheaper this way. So I just had a box of regular corn Chex, or actually rice Chex, y'all, rice Chex. And then I added 1 bag of semi-sweet morsels, half a stick of butter, and then some peanut butter. I'll have the recipe typed out below for you guys if you've never made it, or maybe you just forgot about it. You add all those things into a microwave safe bowl, and you microwave for a minute, give that a stir, and then microwave for another 30 seconds or so until everything is combined. Then I just added a little bit of vanilla extract, stirred that in there, and then just gently stirred the chocolate and peanut butter mixture into those rice Chex. And you just want to stir very gently so you don't crush them all up. Next, you just take over your chocolate Chex and you turn them out onto some baking sheets with some parchment paper, and you're just going to kind of spread those out a little bit. And I like to let mine sit for a few minutes before I add the powdered sugar. It just kind of helps that powdered sugar not soak all the way into the chocolate. But then this part I don't really measure. I would say maybe you need a cup or so. I just sprinkle it on and kind of toss them around until I get that desired powdered sugarness. You like my technical terms there. So like I said, I just kind of fluff them around with my hands, and then I just roll them back and forth on the parchment paper, get them all nice and coated, and these are done. And they're delicious. I just stored those in an airtight container, and we had those all weekend to snack on. The next morning, we did indeed wake up to a winter wonderland. It was actually icing at this point, and the wind was blowing super bad, so I was kind of nervous that the power was going to go out, but thankfully it didn't. I think we got maybe 3 or 4 inches, and that was just like snow, ice, everything. But anyway, so this morning I just got a hankering to make some homemade biscuits and gravy. I've shared this recipe on my channel before, but I love it because you have most of these ingredients probably in your pantry at all time. The only thing you really need is the sausage. So I added flour, baking soda, baking powder, a little bit of salt, and then you're going to need 1 stick of butter, but you save 2 tablespoons for the end. The other 6 tablespoons I just cut up, and then I like to cut those in with a pastry cutter, and this is going to create buttery, flaky layers in your biscuits. It is so good. I actually did have some buttermilk on hand this time for another recipe, so I'm adding in a cup of that and then just giving that all a stir. Also, you can use milk with a splash of vinegar. If you don't have buttermilk, that's what I normally do. You guys probably know this, but you just want to stir everything until it's just combined. You really don't want to overwork your biscuit dough because that's when they get tough. So I add a little bit of flour to my counter, I turn that out, and then I just kind of knead and fold over my dough a few times, again creating those flaky, buttery layers. And then I just like to pat mine out with my hands until it's about 1 inch thick. Of course you can roll it out if you want to, but I find it's just as easy to pat it out with my hands, and I don't even have to mess up the rolling pin. So a couple more tips that I have for y'all about making biscuits. Make you a little pile of flour over there on the side when you're rolling out your biscuits. That way when you are patting everything out and your hands get sticky, you can just reach over there to your little pile of flour and not have to get back in the whole canister of flour mid rolling out. So also when you are cutting out your biscuits, you can use a cup. My mama used a cup to cut out biscuits, or a biscuit cutter, anything that you want. But when you press down, try not to twist your biscuit cutter. I know that's just kind of, I don't know, a natural thing that people want to do, but when you twist, it almost seals those edges, and the layers and the biscuit itself just can't rise quite as much, and your biscuit won't be quite as fluffy. So try to resist the urge to twist your biscuit cutter, and I promise it'll come out a little bit fluffier. This recipe makes about 11 or 12 biscuits, and I'll have this whole recipe again down below. These biscuits take about 15 to 20 minutes depending on your oven to bake, and while they're in the oven, we're going to get started making a really easy homemade sausage gravy. So of course you're going to start with 1 pound of sausage. You're just going to get that into a large skillet or pot, break that up, and brown it until it's completely done. Once your sausage is browned up, you do want to drain it. I didn't show it in the video, but then you'll return your sausage back to the pan. You add 1/4 cup of flour, a little bit of salt. We like a good bit of pepper in our sausage gravy, so I'm going to add that in, and then add in about 2 cups of milk. You're going to bring this up to a simmer. It's going to thicken up and be super nice and creamy, and you're just going to let that simmer until your biscuits are ready. And then at the end, you can add a little bit more milk if you want to kind of thin it out a little bit, just to whatever desired thickness that you want. When your biscuits come out of the oven, you can take that extra 2 tablespoons of butter and just rub the whole stick right across the biscuits. Or I like to melt my 2 tablespoons in a little ramekin and then just use like a little sauce brush and brush each biscuit with that butter. And these are so good, again, so easy, and I just love it because I always have these ingredients on hand. You can see all the little layers there, and this was just the perfect snow day breakfast. And then the next night for dinner, we actually had a Chef Boyardee pizza maker kit. I had not made one of these in forever. I didn't film making it because literally you just make the pizza by the instructions on the box. The only thing the box doesn't have is the cheese, And this is just something so nostalgic for me. I know it's not gourmet or a super like involved recipe. It's nothing homemade, but it's just so good to have every once in a while. The recipe has changed a little bit though. Let me know if you guys make these. The pepperonis were a little bit different, a little bit disappointing, but anyway, here's the snow that came a little bit more during the day. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, maybe found it inspiring and enjoyed seeing the snow a little bit. I hope everyone out there, if you're dealing with a sickness that's going around, I hope you feel better soon. I hope you guys are all doing amazing. Please subscribe to my channel before you go, and I'll see you real soon in my next one. Bye y'all.